We're on our best 2-year job creation streak in 20 years.
What are you, nuts? Who'd believe that? Let me tell you the truth. First of all, the 292,000 jobs we got in December 2015, and they told us the unemployment rate is 5%. Not true. You can't trust these people on Wall Street. You can't trust the press. What they don't count is, in December, for example, the 615,000 discouraged workers. A discouraged worker is a person unemployed, gave up looking for work, but this administration does not count them as unemployed when calculating a 5% unemployment rate. Instead, they classify discouraged as marginally attached to the labor force, but they're not considered part of the labor force or part of the unemployment. That's why you can't trust what they tell you. If we back into 625,000, the real unemployment rate is 12%, not 5%. That's why you got to join my gang, where you get the truth and where we use charts. Join the gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. There is only one talk show host, Phil Grande, who delivers both social and financial talk. Not even Hannity or Rush can deliver a 1-2 punch like that. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Phil Grande is unique, the industry leader, the first talk show host ever to combine social issues and finance into winning stock market ideas. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Aren't you tired of all the nonsense you hear from these financial shows like this?
Should I be worried about Bear Stearns in terms of liquidity and get my money out of there? No, no, no. Bear Stearns is fine.
And then they went bankrupt. This is what I'm talking about. This is crazy. Your 401k, they take half of all the money you put away. Look, it's not about the money you're saving. It's about where you invest it and not in a 401k. Join my gang. Start using charts. I'll teach you how to use a chart so that you can maximize your returns on the money you do have. And the earlier you get started, the better. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande at philsgang.com. The 401k big lie. They tell you invest $10,000 a year for 30 years, compounded at 6% annually. You will have a grand total of $245,000 to retire. That is not true. That is not the truth. What they don't tell you is the hidden fees. There's 27 hidden fees in your 401k. When you're all done, you lose half of what you put aside for your retirement. That's right, half. And another thing, you're not allowed to do individual stocks in a mutual fund. And you're not allowed to make money when stocks go down. That's ridiculous. Would you buy a car with just forward and no reverse? Why would you ever be in a fund that you can't make money when the stock market goes down? Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Be sure to watch the Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to the Phil's Gang Show right in your hands at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything will be taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to this contradiction.
February existing home sales down 7.1%.
American consumers, they have more cash on hand.
What a contradiction. Matter of fact, all the information you get from all the different financial programs, it's all contradiction. But here at Phil's Gang, I will tell you the truth. Join my gang, philsgang.com. You will enjoy it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. It's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
I've been told that a bunch of money managers in New York have delayed their trip to the Hamptons this afternoon so they could listen to your talk here today in case it moves markets. So this is your chance to move markets. Do you want to tell us anything about the path of monetary policy going forward? You're welcome to say no. And if you just say no, then they can now leave the Hamptons.
Well, let me say a few sentences so I won't delay them very long. So the economy is continuing to improve.
Unbelievable. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, and off the Wall Street Radio Network. Here is Aunt B, ahead of the gangsters, the banking gangsters, the syndicate destroying our country, destroying our standard of living, destroying our jobs. And it's all pretty funny, isn't it? It's unbelievable. It's disgusting of what it is. Totally disgusting. Now, she spoke today. I'm going to address some of the things, some of the statements she made. I mean, she is a dope. But what do you expect? The banking cartel, they need somebody to put out front that's not very bright. Bernanke, he wasn't very bright. Remember when he stood out and right before about 8 months before the housing crash, he was in Squaw Valley and he says, I've never seen the housing market in the United States lose money. I've never seen housing prices drop. That'll never happen. We may stay put at the prices, but they'll never drop. It's incredible. Let's move on.
We've made a great deal of progress. The unemployment rate peaked at over 10%, and it's down to 5% now. Just over the last year, we've created around 2.7 million new jobs, over 14 million since the lowest point for employment. And more generally, the labor market on almost any metric that you could use to evaluate it is really improved. Really improved.
Now let's question some of the things that she said. This is just absolutely ridiculous. She's just nuts, this woman. Or she's just a liar. Let's go back and take a look at, she said the employment rate was 10%, now it's 5%. Well, we know that's not true. That's not true at all. Are you kidding me? First of all, the employment rate is more like 18%. It's a lie. It's just a big lie. So if you think about it, she doesn't count the millions of discouraged workers. They don't count them as unemployed. When you drop out, we have almost 3 million discouraged workers. They don't count them as unemployed. Can you imagine? That's how they get to the 5%. We doubled the amount of people on disability checks. They don't count any people that are on disability checks as unemployed. So if you did this honestly, because they are honestly unemployed, we have 100 million people unemployed. We don't count a lot of them because they put them all as discouraged. So they don't have to count them. Why didn't the press get up and question her? Why didn't somebody say to her, wait a minute, come on, 5% unemployment rate, are you nuts? Tell the truth. Why didn't the press get up and say that? Not one person in that room could get up and say that. They know it. Say, what are you trying to sell us? The unemployment rate's 18%, but not one. Because they're there to get Hillary Clinton elected. She said Obama created 14 million jobs. That is not true at all. In fact, what they did, they made sure they didn't count the first year he was in office. The first year he was in office, he took a tremendous hit. 5 million lost jobs. Wasn't his fault. It was Bush. Then it comes over to his office. But every president, when they get to that Oval Office, the first year they sit there, they got to take the hit. It's their numbers. They own it, even though it was the guy before them. So what did he do? Mr. Clever. He and his boys, the only president ever done this, decided, let's not start counting to next year. So it wouldn't show 9 million. That's how they got their 14 million. So they didn't have to take out the 5. Isn't that amazing? Now, the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the most honest number that you can get as to how many people are really employed in this country is go to the payroll taxes. Everybody has to pay payroll taxes. It's the most dependable measure of employment. And when you look at the payroll taxes, according to BLS, we have 2.8 million fewer people working today than the day Obama took office. And that is a true number because that's payroll tax number. Not all this pie in the sky. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? The lies. Listen to this.
I think for the Fed to gradually and cautiously increase our overnight interest rate over time, and probably in the coming months, such a move would be appropriate.
Okay, now listen to this. Here's where he starts talking about QE. Watch. Listen carefully.
In a typical recession, when the Fed wants to respond, we would cut short-term interest rates by maybe 400 or 500 basis points. So we don't have that scope. Now, we did invent other tools to address stimulating the economy. We use these longer-term asset purchases, and we tried to shape market expectations about the path of short-term interest rates through our communications and so-called forward guidance. I think we would resort to those tools again.
Okay, so she said, first of all, we got to go cautiously. Then she finally said, well, we may resort to these tools again. What tool is that? That's QE. They got to use QE. They have no choice. No choice. If they want to get Hillary elected. Look, the market last week when she came out and she said we're likely to raise rates in June. Likely. If the economy improves in the second quarter. What's not improving? If the labor market conditions improve, they're not improving. And inflation remains on track to hit the central bank 2% target. That's a joke. We've already hit 2%. What a joke. They will never, ever admit hitting the 2% because if they admit hitting the 2%, then they can't keep these low interest rates. And they'd also have to put in the cost of living for 87 million people who are on Social Security. They're not going to do that for them. So the inflation is a total bogus number. It's a total lie. Her zero rates have destroyed purchasing power for Main Street. Entitlements in this country has destroyed investment. And when you destroy investment, you destroy productivity. And when you destroy our productivity, she destroys our standard of living, and that's what she has done in Obama. Entitlements is the problem in this country. Entitlements. But there's not one politician that has the guts to get up, not one politician running who wants to win ever say, hey, we got to fix these entitlements because it's killing our country. Well, more when we get back on Aunt B, the liar.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Listen to what Fisher said, the former Fed governor.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish a wealth effect.
That's right. Did you hear that? They took the stock market, front-loaded it, ran it 200%, so we ended up not only with a fake stock market, but fake GDP, fake money, fake jobs, fake prices, fake everything. But we took advantage of that, and we're going to take advantage again. That's why I told my gang in May to short the market. On 5/29, that's May 29th, I'm telling you to short the stock market. And we were right. And the market went down over 11%. That's why you got to join my gang and learn how to short stocks just as much as buying them. Learn how to short with me, Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
We're on our best 2-year job creation streak in 20 years.
What are you, nuts? Who'd believe that? Let me tell you the truth. First of all, the 292,000 jobs we got in December 2015, and they told us the unemployment rate is 5%. Not true. You can't trust these people on Wall Street. You can't trust the press. What they don't count is, in December, for example, the 615,000 discouraged workers. A discouraged worker is a person unemployed, gave up looking for work, but this administration does not count them as unemployed when calculating the 5% unemployment rate. Instead, they classify the discouraged as marginally attached to the labor force, but they're not considered part of the labor force or part of the unemployment. That's why you can't trust what they tell you. If we back into 625,000, the real unemployment rate is 12%, not 5%. That's why you got to join my gang, where you get the truth and where we use charts. Join the gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. There is only one talk show host, Phil Grande, who delivers both social and financial talk. Not even Hannity or Rush can deliver a 1-2 punch like that. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Phil Grande is unique, the industry leader, the first talk show host ever to combine social issues and finance into winning stock market ideas. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande, philsgang.com. I'm going to tell you something about your 401k that you don't know. You know the 401k is a tax code? That's what it is. Here's how it worked. In the 80s, you had pension funds, but they decided to give their CEOs a benefit on top of the pension. It was called 401k. That was to shelter their income. That way they could keep the CEOs because it was very competitive. But when all the jobs were shipped overseas, they no longer could keep pension funds. Too expensive. So they shifted all their employees to a 401k, duping you thinking it was a good deal. But what they did is they charged hidden fees, which amount to about $250 billion a day, that they gave to lobbyists to go to Washington to make sure that this 401k would never be transparent. Here's what came of it.
Responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
That's right. So join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Everybody was asking me, how did I know to short forward when it was November? And it was when Aunt B was telling us everything was fine. Well, what people didn't know is Aunt B was lying to us. Because when she was raising the rates, machinery sales were down 5.6%, computers were down 8.7%, communication equipment sales down 21%. I took a look at our chart and I saw that institutions were pulling money out of Ford. So we said, let's short Ford. And we did that in November, on November 10th, because my charts told me there was a big sell signal, and we took advantage of it. And you know that stock Ford has now dropped 17%. That's the return my gang has now, 17%. Don't follow any of the jibber-jabber from CNBC or the Fed. Follow me. philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, let's get to the Stock Corner.
Stock Corner is brought to you by the Phil's Gang video channel. Go to philsgang.com. Click on the video channel graphic and check out Phil's free videos on the market, economy, and current events.
Okay, remember, it's also brought to you by Walter's Way, a wonderful book, wonderful author, Walter's Cheer. Pick this book up. Go to my site, philsgang.com. It's only $15. All the proceeds goes to the Walter DeVera and Walter Scheer Foundation in St. Jude. Now, this book has received the 2016 Silver Axiom Business Book Award. But none of that's important. What's important is the man. He's an incredible man. He's an icon. It's the things he's done. You heard, if you go back years ago, Sperry and Remington Rand, incredible. That was one of the biggest mergers ever. He's the gentleman that organized it, put together 80,000 employees. He had to integrate 80,000 employees. He was tapped by General MacArthur to do that. I mean, his background's incredible. He's got, the fax machine is his. Hey, look, we still have the book. It's $15. Go to my site, philsgang.com. You'll love the book. And when you finish the book, you're going to love the man. There's nobody like Walter Scheer, I'll tell you that. Okay. All right. Now, let's talk. I said I wanted 20 people. We got five spots left. I want to finish this up today, please. 5 spots left. I want 20 people to follow me on my PT2 chart. I'm going to prove to you that it works. When I say to you, okay, it changed from green to red. Money's coming out. The institutions are pulling their money out. And Vanguard Group and all the pension funds and the banks and the mutual funds, they're pulling their money out. And we can identify that with a simple color code. And it turns from green to red. Now, we did that with GDX, our gold mining stocks, our silver stocks, they're up over 100%. And I said, I'm going to start with 20 people. You can follow me. It's part of our 115 Working Investor Group. At 115 is posted every day. Now, it's archived. We post at 115. We tell you exactly what to do. Now, I keep saying JP Morgan. JCPenney is an incredible company. The stock got slaughtered. We are going to catch it going back up, just like we did with gold. We're going to catch it when it goes back up. And I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to show you how we do it, just like we did with our gold and our silver when that went up over 100%. Macy's, another incredible company. Their stock got slaughtered. And we're going to catch that on the way up. And gold went up over 100%. And if the dollar keeps rallying, because they keep on this fake narrative that the economy is getting better, and therefore they're telling the Europeans, hey, we're raising rates, and all the Europeans are coming over here, and they're dumping their euros to buy dollars and pushing up the dollar to buy stocks. Remember, you can't buy stocks with euros. You got to buy stocks with U.S. currency. That is problematic in itself, and I'll explain that in a moment. But if they continue to rally this dollar, and what creates the dollar go up is demand, and the demand's coming from the foreigners who have to dump their euros to buy the dollar, to buy the stock, then gold is going to drop. And right now, we see on GDX on our chart, it's turned from green to red. GDX, exchange traded fund, for our gold mining stocks, went up over 58%. That's right. If you were with us, that was a 58% return. Not making it up. Not making it up. So here's what I want you to do. Take this number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. We have, out of the 20, we still have 5 slots. Call. You will get for the first 4 weeks the PT2, the use of the PT2 free. You will follow me those 4 weeks while I guide you through the investment, through the stock rather of, as I say, the Macy's, JCPenney, and the ETF gold mining stocks. It's all archived, so easy. It doesn't take you 2 minutes a day. It doesn't even take 1 minute a day. Sometime during the day, just go in after 1:15, click on, go to Working Investors, and we tell you exactly what to do with the PT2. So here's the number again, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. We have 15. We got the last 5. I'd like to clean that up today. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to learn. And this is for non-gang members, not gang, but non-gang members. I want to prove to 20 non-gang members who never did this before, how easy it is, as long as you follow the rules and how to use the PT2. All right. So again, we have 5 openings, and then we close it out. Okay. And right now, GDX is just starting to turn red, so you're not late. And Macy's, it's almost ready to turn green. The money is almost ready to start coming back in. And JCPenney, same thing. So JCPenney and Macy's are setting up perfect. JCPenney's around $8 right now, and Macy's is around $23. It's setting up perfect. And, oh my God, I don't want you to miss these. Remember when I told you back in December, do this with GDX, and you didn't listen? I said, do this with copper, do it with silver, and you didn't? All right, well, now you got a chance to do it over again. One more time, 877-600-GANG, okay? And Steve will take your call, Alex will take your call, we'll get you set up. And then at the end of the 4 weeks, if you don't want to continue with the PT2, we just shut it off. And that's it, okay? No obligation. Okay, so where are we here? The market is going up. But guess what's going on? Money is coming out. Isn't that an amazing thing? What an amazing feat that is. Think about it. We have 17 consecutive weeks of money outflow, over $58 billion. Business spending dropped for the 3rd consecutive month. We just got those numbers today. We never had such weak machinery demand. American companies are masking $6.6 trillion in debt, hiding it. We'll talk about that when we get back. And yet the market's going up. That's why they're going to need QE. We'll talk about that when we get back to it. All right, join 877-600-GANG.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Aren't you tired of all the nonsense you hear from these financial shows like this?
Should I be worried about Bear Stearns in terms of liquidity and get my money out of there? No. Bear Stearns is fine.
And then they went bankrupt. This is what I'm talking about. This is crazy. Your 401k, they take half of all the money you put away. Look, it's not about the money you're saving. It's about where you invest it, and not in a 401k. Join my gang. Start using charts. I'll teach you how to use a chart so that you can maximize your returns on the money you do have. And the earlier you get started, the better. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, it's been 7 years now since Obama ordered his Fed chairman to lower the savings rate from 5% to less than 0.25%. With a false narrative, it would spur economic growth and jobs. Everyone would have an opportunity in this economy. That's what he said. But what it spurred was a front-loading of the biggest, fake, unsustainable stock market rally of 200%. That's what it spurred. Now, most people did not participate in that rally because people got out of their 401k in 2009. And they said, just get me out. I want nothing but fixed income. And they got killed because with low interest rates, fixed incomes get murdered. You got to know what you're doing. If you're going to really retire, you got to be associated with the stock market. That's why you come to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, every day we hear from Wall Street. You turn on the TV, and they're telling us how the economy's great, everything's great. And these are the same people that run the 401ks who, with a 2% fee, take more than half of your money and put it in their pocket. You will never retire comfortably in a 401k. But try to convince 90 million people, it's almost impossible. People just don't listen. They get comfortable and stay with these 401ks. They don't work. You're not going to be able to retire. It's simple. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Join the gang, try it for a month, and we're going to show you how to use a chart. And that is going to put you in such a comfort zone of retirement.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, we come in the morning, we have what we call coffee talk. But we just don't sit around and throw the bowl. Or joke or laugh. Our coffee talk is serious. Every morning before you start out investing, we have an intense discussion on what is going on and where we should be investing. Because it's all about not the money, but where you're giving that money. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and enjoy the best coffee in town.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything being taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
Crashing into me like... And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember what she told us, Aunt B, that she would likely raise rates as long as labor was doing well and the economy was doing well. Really? How's that going to happen? How's that going to happen? Labor markets are going to improve now. We're going to be so lucky it's going to improve now after 90 months of using this 0% interest rate, keeping our productivity down. It's going to all of a sudden turn around. Second quarter is going to improve. Market conditions, labor conditions. Are you nuts? It's amazing this 2% phony inflation. They kept to keep that locked down. They kept with a 0% interest rate. 0% interest rates for 90 days, and that killed our productivity, killed our jobs. American companies are masking $6.6 trillion in debt. She didn't say anything about that, did she? She didn't say anything today about. Remember what she said? I'm telling you, she's not going to raise rates. How's she going to raise rates? She said it was dependent on the economy improving in the second quarter and labor market conditions improving. Well, how's that going to happen when you got 17 consecutive weeks of money flow coming out, $58 billion? We've got companies masking, and I told you this before, nobody believed me. I said companies are lying about their debt, and they're masking $6.6 trillion in debt. Their debt outstanding has increased 50 times that of their cash. Are you kidding? She's going to raise rates? Total debt rose $730 billion, while their cash declined by $40 billion. And the CEOs gave themselves raises where they're making 350 times more than employees. For every dollar an employee makes, they make $1,732. They don't care about themselves. Rail traffic's down 10%. Trucking traffic's down 20%. Manufacturing sector, including durable goods, capital goods, business investment, all disaster. But the market's going up because she says, oh, we're going to raise rates. You nuts? The reason the market is going up is what that false narrative. She keeps on, she knows she cannot get American investors to put their money in the market. American investors are pulling their money out. We just talked about that. So she goes and targets foreign investors because she knows the foreign investors are hungry for yields. They're trying to find investments anywhere because they have to pay the banks to even put their money in the banks. So she knows all she has to do is lie and say, hey, our economy's really doing good. We're going to raise interest rates. As soon as you hear interest rates going up, people say, oh, that's got to be good. I'm going to go buy those stocks. Well, here's the problem. When they come over here and buy the stocks, they can't buy them in euros. They have to buy them in dollars. When they buy the dollars, that puts a demand on the dollars. So you have the stock market going up in the last week. You got the dollar going up. Well, there's a problem with that. There's a host of problems. One is when the dollar goes up, our multinational companies, 70% of their business comes from overseas. They can't compete, especially Caterpillar, when the dollar's strong. Because, again, the foreigners are buying the dollars to buy our stock. Anytime you see stocks going up and the dollar going up, it's not sustainable. Not unless coming in behind it, you have earnings growth. You have revenue growth. We don't have that. Our earnings growth and our revenue growth are worse than 10 years. So now she's got this fake rally going. What is she going to do to hold this up here? And why is she doing this anyways? She's holding it up here for Hillary because Trump is going to be pretty tough to beat. When everybody's looking to Trump, every poll says everybody's looking to Trump to fix the economy, not to Hillary. So they got to make this market look good because people look at the stock market. They don't look at productivity. And they know this. They know that people mistakenly look at the stock market to see if the economy is doing well instead of productivity. They don't even know what productivity is. They could trip over productivity. They wouldn't know what it is. So that's why they use the market. Now, the problem for the market, as I said, how are you going to keep this? How are you going to keep the stock market up in the last week when it's gone up? When we get this headwind for these multinational companies now of a strong dollar. The only way she can do it is QE4. QE4. And if you listen to what she had to say, and I'll play it again, she's talking about QE4. Listen.
I think for the Fed to gradually and cautiously increase our overnight interest rate over time, and probably in the coming months, such a move would be appropriate.
Okay, now listen to this. Here's where she brings it in.
In a typical recession, when the Fed wants to respond, we would cut short-term interest rates by maybe 400 or 500 basis points. So we don't have that scope. Now, we did invent other tools to address stimulating the economy.
And what tool is that? Quantitative easing. So to get Hillary elected, she's got to use that. Now, I think the market's going to drop first because I think she's not very bright. I think we'll get a 10, 15% correction. Then they'll come in with the quantitative easing. Anyway, they're going to come in. They're not going to raise rates. And it's a good thing. Now, Hillary and her election team, including Obama, as I say, they know that people mistakenly look at the stock market to identify how well the economy is doing. And that's why people say all the time, hey, what do you mean the economy is doing good? I can't feel it. I can't feel the recovery. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like the recovery. Why is it? Look at the stock market. And that's why this market ran up the other day. Artificially pushed it up. This is nuts. And last week, the head of the cartel told on B, get out there and put out your misguided narrative that the economy is doing good and you're going to likely raise rates in June. We got to get foreigners over here to buy. And that's exactly what happened. And this is not good. Now, here's the real problem. Here's where she's stupid. Everything she's been doing is killing our productivity. It's important to remember that taxes used to finance government hinders our economic growth, while entitlements, remember, crowd out investment, capital investment. So what I'm saying is this. Entitlements are the killer. So you have taxes on one side to finance all this government growth. And where's the government growth come in? It comes into entitlements. So when you keep on raising taxes, then you don't have the incentive, entrepreneur don't have the incentive to put in investment. And labor doesn't have the incentive to work. They rather go on unemployment. They rather go on welfare. And anytime the government expands itself, and that's all they've been doing for the last 7 years, expanding a welfare empire, our economy, our growth suffers. Look at the economy, the slowest recovery ever. Remember, a good economy comes from savings, business spending, which is at the lowest it's ever been, and good, meaningful jobs, hard work, and most important, productivity. And that comes from, you got to have capital investment, which is the purchasing of land, machinery, computers, forklifts, equipment, facilities. And we're not getting that capital investment because you got to give the investors incentive to put in capital investment. But why would they invest when, on the other hand, the government keeps growing, welfare keeps growing, and to pay for that welfare, to pay for that bigger government, they raise rates. And when you raise rates, you're not going to invest. And that's our problem. Nobody's investing. Economic growth comes from productivity, how much a person is producing. And when government gets too big, it increases taxes to sustain its size. That discourages the investment, taking the incentive out of the investing and the incentive out of the labor force. So that's the reason why Aunt B put forth her false narrative a week ago that we likely will raise rates in June. So to try to attract foreign investments, because U.S. investors, as I told you today, are pulling their money out. And how's this going to affect the market? I'll tell you when we get back. Join my gang. We have 5 slots left.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Yellen came out and told us that she is basically going to pull back the 25 basis point hike that she had in just a quarter point because the economy is bad. Then she's going to do quantitative easing. So what does that mean? That means as the economy gets worse, the market's going to go up. See, most people think when the economy's bad, the market should be going down. Just the opposite. Because when the economy is bad, The Federal Reserve comes in, prints money, gives it to the companies to buy their own shares back to push their stocks up, because when the economy's bad, people aren't out spending and their stock doesn't go up. This is how they do it. A great opportunity. Don't miss it. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Become part of this wealth effect. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Be sure to watch the Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to the Phil's Gang Show right in your hands at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Every month now, we get jobs. They give us the job numbers. We've been averaging, they tell us, 235,000 jobs a month. It's been a lie. That's a bogus number. The BLS, that counts the jobs, they use what they call the birth-death model system. What they do is they manipulate the jobs, so 40% of that number that you see is fake. That's right. If you take 235,000 jobs, the number really is 140,000. They bogus up about 95,000 jobs. But that's what goes on now on Wall Street. That's why you want to be a member of my gang, Phil's Gang, philsgang.com, because that way you get the truth. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Every single one of his medical bills, everything is just all taken care of.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes.
At St. Jude, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti. Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to what Fisher said, the former Fed governor.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish the wealth effect.
That's right. Did you hear that? They took the stock market, front-loaded it, ran at 200%, so we ended up not only with a fake stock market, but fake GDP, fake money, fake jobs, fake prices, fake everything. But we took advantage of that, and we're going to take advantage again. That's why I told my gang in May to short the market on 5/29. That's May 29th. I'm telling you to short the stock market. And we were right. And the market went down over 11%. That's why you got to join my gang and learn how to short stocks just as much as buying them. Learn how to short with me, Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, so let me give you the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Let's finish the last five. And I'm telling you, I'm looking at the chart right now. Macy's is getting ready. The institutions are going to start coming in with their money. As soon as they start coming in, then we'll guide you. I'll guide you every day through that, okay? And all you do is just check in. After we post at 1:15, by 1 o'clock to 1:15, we post, and it tells you exactly what to do. You don't do anything. Just do exactly what we tell you to do. It's so simple. You haven't got to think. And JCPenney, too, is just starting, too. I think you watch next week, JCPenney and Macy's, because they both got clobbered. So join me with those, and also I'll guide you through our exchange traded fund, the mining stocks. That's an opportunity. It really is. So I'll give you the number one more time, 877-600-GANG, and Steve is there, and Alex there, and they'll help you out. First 4 weeks, you get use the PT2, Doesn't cost you a thing. After the 4 weeks, if you decide to stay because you liked it, then that's when we start charging you. Okay, excuse me. So we know the stock market's going up, and the only way they're going to hold it up there is with QE. If they don't do QE, the market will retrace back. Are they going to do QE? My bet they are. But in the meantime, remember what we do with charts. We never have an opinion with charts. When those colors change, or we call our stochastics also, when they change, we depend on the charts. We take no opinion. If all of a sudden everything is pointing, the market's going up, even though the market is overbought, the PE ratio of 24, you're getting a nosebleed, there's no value in the market, guess what? We're going to make money because we don't take an opinion. We just follow the money, follow the gangsters. Okay. Everyone talks about Trump not being he's not going to be a great president. He's a dope and all this, and he's incompetent. Oh, really? Let me tell you why he's going to be a great president. Listen to this.
I got here, and they all said we have a great crowd. We don't have time for the national anthem. I said, yes, we do. We have time for the national anthem, right? And we have a young lady that is going to sing, and I said, what are you doing? She said, well, I was supposed to sing, but they had time because of the television cameras. They couldn't do it. I said, guess what? We're going to do the national anthem, okay? So, Sherry Wilkins, come up. Sherry, come on, Sherry.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
That's excellent. That's excellent. Remember, Memorial Day is not about hot dogs, hamburgers, and the beach. It's a day honoring our American soldiers who made the ultimate sacrifice for their country. And, most people don't know this, but the official birthplace of Memorial Day is in Waterloo. And that was the first holiday. It was celebrated, first Memorial holiday celebrated on May 5th, 1866. Now, Memorial Day was celebrated on May 30th for decades, but in 1971, Congress established Memorial Day as the last Monday in May and a federal holiday. Memorial Day originally honored personnel who died in the Civil War, 1861 to 1865. So that was the original. That's who it was originally honoring Memorial Day. Civil War veterans, who died, 1861 and 1865. Roughly 620,000 Americans died in the Civil War, making the deadliest war in American history. About 644,000 Americans have died in all other conflicts combined. That's who we're honoring. President Bill Clinton signed the National Monument of Remembrance Act on December 28, 2000, designating 3 p.m. local time Memorial Day as the national moment of remembrance. Now, it wasn't always Memorial Day. It used to be known as, now remember this, it used to be known as Decoration Day. And the red poppies are known as a symbol of remembrance, and is the tradition to wear a red poppy in honor of those who die on Memorial Day. Even though Memorial Day began as a holiday honoring Union soldiers, some states still have Confederate observances. Mississippi celebrates Confederate Memorial Day on the last Monday of April, Alabama on the fourth Monday of April, Georgia on April 26th, North and South Carolina observed on May 10th, Louisiana on June 3rd, and so on. So the crowd that attend the first Memorial Day ceremony in Arlington National Cemetery was about the same size as those that attend today's observance, about 5,000 people. So World War I, here's the casualties. 116,516 Americans died. World War II, 405,399. Korea, 35,547. Vietnam, 58,220 Americans died. More than 47,000 Americans were killed in action, and nearly 11,000 died of other causes. Operation Desert Shield, we lost 338 servicemen. They died. Operation Iraq Freedom, 4,424 U.S. servicemen gave their lives. Operation New Dawn, 73 U.S. servicemen died. Operation Enduring Freedom, 2,349 servicemen died. Freedom Centennial casualties, 22 U.S. servicemen died. And that's it. And so please, that is what Memorial Day is about. It's not about hamburgers and cookouts and baseball games. It's about honoring all those great men who gave their life. Normandy Beach, I think it was something like, 35,000 people who died, soldiers who died, men on Normandy Beach that one day. Isn't that incredible? Just incredible. Okay, so Memorial Day, the market's closed. We'll be back on Tuesday. All I know is this about the market. I've been doing this for a lot of years. The market is the best place in the world to be because it's liquid. You decide to invest and then you think you made a mistake, you can immediately get your money back within a click of a mouse. You can sell whatever you bought with a click of a mouse. With today's technology, you no more need to know all the fundamentals of PE ratios and the book and profit margin. You don't have to depend on people. With a simple color code technology, my PT2 works. It tells you when to get in and when to get out. And that's why I want to share it with 20 people. Because you're going to be my ambassadors. Because I come on here every day and I tell you, okay, here we're up 58% on GDX. We're up 120% on POS. I every day come out and tell you what our gains are when it turned from green to red on the way down shorting or on the way back up. And it sounds crazy, I know, when you say green to red or red to green. But I'm going to find 20 ambassadors, and then you're going to tell 20 people, and you tell 20 people. There's no better advertising than that. And it's just frustrating because I know it works, and it's a great tool for people who are busy, for people who don't have time, and for people who hate the stock market, who are frustrated with their brokers, their planners. They never make any money. The fees kill you with your 401k. This is an alternative. And after 4 weeks, you're going to say, I agree. So remember, for 4 weeks, you don't pay for your PT2. We will guide you with the 3 stocks. Call now, 877-600-GANG. We have 5 remaining slots.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my dreams.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra